Hey everyone, how you doing? Just doing a bit of a stretch out there, as I like to do. I'm just stretching. I've had a bit of an easy Friday this morning. I've just been tidying up a few loose ends, scheduling some posts mainly for today, and contacting some artists because I want to use some of their artwork on an example website. I could use Midjourney or other bits of kit to go and get some. Hey, Pixar. I could use some AI software. The trouble with AI software is that the images are never always that consistent. Hey, Mohit. Hey, Ricardo. How are you? How you doing, mate? But I have contacted a few artists from DeviantArt because I used to use DeviantArt a lot. 15 years ago, a lot. I was on there as well, digital art and stuff. So I've just contacted some artists and go, look, can I use some of your artwork for an example website? You will be credited. There will be a link, all of that. It's just because I dig your artwork and it would look really good for a certain type of idea I have in my head. Please don't forget the list of the websites in the cave. Oh, what websites in the cave? Oh, Pixar, is there something in the cave I've missed? There's a list of websites. Have I missed something, Pixar? You're going to have to remind me. Yeah, I mean, I used to use DeviantArt a lot. I mean, I used to love doing digital art as well. So it's great to... I'm just double checking the cave, mate. Just checking some comments that have come in. Oh, okay. Yeah, cheers for that. Cheers for that, Pixar. I'll go have a look at that later on. Sorry, I got distracted there a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get that list as well for you. Hey, Rajat, by the way, how are you doing? Okay, well, we're nearing up Christmas now, and I would like to think a lot of you are kind of starting to, depending on what you do in your country with your family and friends, I would like to think that you are now closing down a lot of tasks and stuff like that. You might have some work that drips over Christmas or into the new year, but try and close off and try and start off, I've just done something to my top. Try and start off January 2023 with a new mindset. Hey, Chillista. Hey, Gary. Try and start off with a mindset that you are going to do better next year than you did in 2022. Start thinking about what worked, what wasn't working. Do you need to refocus your marketing or your strategies, or how you approach or work with clients, or what kind of clients won't you work with, right? Don't forget, it is okay to kind of say to some people, no, I'm not going to work with you, or no, this relationship's not going anywhere. It's okay to do that. Yeah, no props, Mo here. Yeah, great. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I felt I rushed it a bit, and I might do a quick video where I actually talk through it a bit slower. I might do that today and release it. But yeah, I did feel like I rushed it a little bit because I had a limited time to get my presentation out. So I might do another version of that. Hey, Andrej. Oh, Chillster. I keep saying Chillista, don't I? It's Chillster. But we'll just say Andrej. Andre. Is it Andre or Andrej? Is the J silent? I'm guessing it's not, but I might be completely, totally wrong there. So yeah, like I said, I've been winding down today with closing off some tasks. It's been a really good 2 weeks, I have to say. Yeah, Andre, got it. Thank you, Pixar. Yeah, that's what I think. I think you're right, Pixar. I think it's Andre as well. Andre. It's been a really good 2 weeks. The first week of December, we lost 5 potential jobs because they were either not clear, not nice, or they were trying to scope creep stuff in. So all of those 5 potential clients, 3 weeks ago, I nipped them in the bud. I basically said, I'm not working with you. Nip them in the bud. Last week and this week, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. The results for what I wanted to achieve have not been amazing, but a lot of that is down to the websites we're working on where there's too many plugins or historical stuff loaded in. However, it's been a good couple of weeks. And it's it's a nice period to lead into Christmas. So unless anything major goes wrong today or tomorrow, it should be a good Christmas. Hey Peter, hey Karapos, hey Akram, hi everybody. I hope you're all, I mean, like I said, yeah, hey Mohit, don't worry, I am going to do another presentation. So Mohit, obviously you're subscribed, so hopefully you might see a video come out from me, maybe today, I think. Maybe today, I don't know, alright? The key takeaways from that presentation were meant to be, take your time and think carefully about your layout, your palettes, how's it going to look on the mobile, and font clamp. Font clamp, you should go watch a video I did on that, is, I think, for me, once I started appreciating and using it, I think it is a secret weapon you should be using when you build websites. Because if you want your fonts to nicely just shrink and grow, font clamp is your friend. If you just do the like standard responsive font, it goes like that. You see the jump as you shrink the screen. It goes doosh, doosh, doosh. You can see it jump. And I think just having it nicely grow and shrink looks so much better. Like 10 times better. Does having another tooth pulled and frozen water pipes count as stuff? Oh, Gary. Is this frozen white water pipes at home? If it's your home, that's not good. That's not good. You know, that's not good. I would say having a tooth pulled isn't bad if it helps the pain. Because what would you rather have, the pain or the tooth being pulled out? And I would rather have the tooth being pulled out every day of the week. I would rather have that. By the way, please don't forget to, just gotta check my internet connection. Please don't forget to hit the like if you have not hit like already. Do you know something, Gary? Guess what my nickname is in the street? So I live in a cul-de-sac, right? Guess what my nickname is? My nickname in the street is Victor Meldrew. And for those of you that know who Victor Meldrew is, it will make sense. It's not that I'm grumpy. It's just that I don't take no shit. Okay? Don't trouble me if I don't need to be troubled. Don't stop me in the street and start talking about something I have no interest in. Don't ask me how my weekend is, because I'm not going to tell you how my weekend is, just like I don't really care about your weekend. You know? It's like some of the neighbours now and again, when it's my birthday, they'll come and deliver a birthday card, and I'm like, you know, no, I'm not going to deliver one for you. It's not that I'm grumpy, I'm just a realist, okay? I have enough other stuff going on all the way around, okay, in my life to just get on with things and not, you know, look, handing out Christmas cards to people in the street, I'm all for that. But it was like, when it was my birthday, when I was 44, one of the neighbours came round with a card and a bottle of wine. And I literally was like, great, does this now mean I've got to buy you a bottle every time it's your birthday? Because I can't be bothered. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Antony. Yeah, and for anyone that is here now or jumps off later or isn't here towards the end, I won't be going live tomorrow. I won't be live on Christmas Day, obviously. So I want to make sure I wish all of you a Merry Christmas. Depending on whether you celebrate it or not, whether you're joining in the festivities, whether you're alone with family, friends, cooking, not cooking, whatever. I just hope you have a great day, okay? And hopefully it is a nice, easy day. I would like to think that all around the world there's so much issues and conflict and things going on. I would like to hope that for one day of the week, you can just get up and be happy or have moments of reflection. And like I said earlier, have a think about what are you going to do for the next year? What are you going to do for 2023? I'll tell you what I want to do. Sorry, let me just check some of the comments first. Exactly, Pixar. And that's why I like to be grumpy, so people don't like take advantage, you know, or take me for a ride. Yeah, exactly, Plurat. Don't bother me is the code. You're right. How do you take care of your heart in your daily life routine? Well, you just make sure you stay away from people that irritate you, Mohit. This is really easy. This is really easy. The way to take care of your heart, okay, is really easy. You do not mix or associate with family, friends, anyone who irritates you. You don't. I don't go to loads of family, friends' houses because I know they're going to irritate me or whatever. You just don't do it. Same with the internet. You don't talk to people who irritate you. Same with clients. You don't work with people that you know are going to make you get mad and angry after you've spoken to them. Just don't do it. Try and stay happy. Do the things that you want to do, right? Watch the TV programs you want to watch. Do what you want to do with your hands, all right? Do what you want to do, okay? Exactly. Yep. Grumpy neighbors. Exactly. We're all in it together. Maybe there's something about web designers. Who here is classed as a grumpy person? And you know what it is? You know when you're out shopping or you go somewhere and then you check your phone and it then says that you've got like 20 notifications and you're like, oh bloody hell, gotta sort this out, gotta do this, gotta do that. Don't it half make you grumpy because you wish you had a virtual computer in front of you? As you're shopping, you wish you could just move your mouse and go delete, click, click. Don't you wish you could do that? Exactly. So maybe there is something going on here. You know, maybe there is something about that. It's not that we're grumpy. It's just that we are. You know what it is? We're not grumpy. We're realists. We don't live in a fantasy world. We don't think that good things will happen just like that. We're not waiting for luck. We're not waiting for money to roll in. We know that we have to push the finger to make things happen. We've got to click. We've got to drag the mouse. We've got to contact. We've got to speak to people. And I think that kind of blends into your normal life where you now know that if you want to make it, if you want to be successful, if you want to put money on the table, you can't just rely on passive income. You can't just rely on, oh yeah, it will work for me. You have to make it happen. So it's not that we're grumpy, it's that we... So you know when someone says to me, oh, I really want to do this. I'm like, well, get off your ass and do it. Oh, I really want to get a house. Well, save up. Stop going on holiday. Oh, I really want to... No. Do it then. Be a realist, right? Get your spreadsheet out. Get a bit of paper out. Write down what you want to do, how you're going to get there, and goddamn do it. We're going to clear our mortgage now. I've redone the sums. We've gone from 9 months to 8 months. Yay! Right? I haven't been on holiday since 2010. I have not been on holiday for 12 years. It doesn't bother me. Seriously, it does not bother me at all. I have not been on holiday 12 years. And you know why? Because in 8 months' time, I will be mortgage free. And I tell you what, that changes my life and everything we do completely. You want to do it, you plan for it. So if you want your web design business to get better, you want to get more clients, you want people to find you more on social media marketing, you want to build up your profile, goddamn do it. Get the fluff out your belly button, right? Chew on it and do it. Oh dear, let's just get back onto the comments coming in. Walter from Jeff Durnham. Ah, yes, I know who Jeff Durnham is, Greg, by the way. I like Jeff Durnham. He is funny. He is funny. My wife likes him as well. Jeff Durnham, if anyone's never watched some of his shows, I think he calls them the monster something shows. He is quite a funny ventriloquist, and his puppets are out there. What he does is controversial to some, but I think it's goddamn funny. Ah, you're lucky, Maddie. My neighbours are really cool as well. To be honest, my neighbours are lovely people. It's just that I don't like to be bothered. Alright? Don't bother me. Don't tell me, oh, we're having a good get-together in someone's garden. I'm like, yeah, great. I need to catch up on Stranger Things. Alright, bye. I've got other stuff to do. Hey, Brian, by the way. Do you know what, Antony? I used to be called I used to be very sociable when I was young. Always out partying every night, nearly every night, right? And then people started saying to me as well, you're antisocial. But you know what? When you look at those people that used to say I was antisocial, they were always whinging about money. They were always complaining about food, clothes, money, shopping, holidays, this, that, always. Because they're not focused on what is the end game, what are you trying to achieve, you know? Mohit, of course. I mean, Mohit asks a very good question here. Do you know what? I sometimes forget it's nearly Christmas. Look at what we're talking about here. For anyone that's joined in and was expecting to learn about WordPress, in a metaphorical way, we are talking about WordPress here, okay? And your business. Don't forget to hit like. So Mohit, look, if you are connected with bad people, family, friends, clients, remember, if you're still talking to a client that rubs you up the wrong way, who calls you up and goes, sort this out for me, I paid you money, why's my website not working, why am I not top of Google, why's my button border radius not as round as it should be, why does it not look good on the mobile, what the heck is HTML? You either continue working with them and control them, right, and they understand that this is a partnership, not just because you paid me money, I'm now your slave, that's not how it should be. Or you distance yourself away and break away from them. There is no point working with a client who treats you like scum, okay? And that really goes towards your family and friends as well. Let me tell you, I've only seen my mum and dad 2 times in the whole of 2022. Twice in the whole of 2022. They live less than 15-minute drive away from me. I'm going to go see them tonight, and I'll see them again on Christmas Day. So I'm literally going to double the amount of time I've seen them in 2022 in the next 2 days, 3 days. Like, now why don't I go more often? I'm not making excuses here, but I'm busy. That's the hardcore truth. I am busy. I could either go down, spend 3 or 4 hours sat there, and then go back to a pile of work. The second reason is because I know that we're at different stages of our life, different types of conversations. We don't agree on many things, but that's just how it is. And I decide who and what I want to do. Now, it's easy for me to say this, but of some people in some parts of the world, you can't get away from friends and family. But then that's where you have to now draw a line in the sand and go, right, are you just going to deal with it and accept it? Or are you going to step over the line and go, no, I'm not going to accept this anymore. We used to be friends for 20 years, but you know what? We're not the same people. Just because we went to school together doesn't mean I have to hold your hand forever. Just because you're my relative or whatever doesn't mean I have to be there for you all the time. You get to decide. Because if you can't do that, you're going to end up becoming one of those people where when you work with a client that treats you like absolute shit, you're going to just keep doing what they say. Because you've got to be able to stand up for yourself and go, no, just because you've paid me, we had an agreement, I've delivered, now you're asking for too much more. Scope creep. Now you're demanding stuff that was never part of the agreement, or I made clear to you we're not going to achieve X, Y, Z. Right, let's ditch all of that. Let's talk about some other stuff now. Yeah, don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. Oh, Akram, sorry to hear that, by the way, Akram. Okay, and I'm gonna state the obvious here now. But have you thought about moving, or is this one of those situations where no matter where you go, you're going to be caught in this not nice situation? Hey, Fabric, thanks for that lovely comment there. Eddie, what's going on with Elemental Cloud? Do you know what, mate, Eddie? I don't know. Elemental Cloud. It seems to there just doesn't seem to be much focus on it at the moment. I know there was a month ago, no, 2 months ago. It's almost like Elemental Cloud is no longer the flavor of the month. And what they really need to do, and you're absolutely right, Eddie, is they need to bulk up, definitely with providing an email. I said this to them last time. There's 3 things you must provide if you want to make your cloud service more attractive. Number 1, email. No, that's number 1. Number 2, staging. Number 3, access to the back end, which with a cloud system is easier said than done. But if I've got a website and I now have a bad plugin or whatever, and I want to completely delete it, or I want to delete images, or I just want to do something, right, and I got to access the back end, I can't do it. I can't do it. So what do you do, right? Like if you have a lottery website, I can't remember what it's called. There's something you've got to do that fires off every minute. What's it called? There's something you got to do, right? You need to do that in the back end. The website needs to keep updating. So if you're selling appointment tickets or lottery tickets, stuff like that, competition, if the system in the back end does not fire off every minute, there's a word for it. Oh, I can't remember. If it doesn't fire off, someone could buy a ticket and then someone else could buy the exact same ticket and it could screw up your entire system. There's a word for it. You need to access the back end. So email, staging site, accessing the back end, the file system. You need to have that. You need to have that. Otherwise, you have to look at it and go, well, okay, you get Elemental Pro. Brilliant. And you get the cloud. Brilliant. But is it worth it? Is it worth it if you don't get the 3 things I've just said? Cron job. That's it, Halal. Thank you. Thank you, Halal. That's the one. Thank you. I knew it. I knew someone would know it. Oh, God bless you, Halal. Cron job, right? And setting your cron job to rejig every minute isn't always advised because you are adding on more load on the system. But if you're selling lottery tickets and you're trying to, you need to set it to reflect. I mean, you can go for 10 seconds, which is stupid, but a minute is definitely a good thing. Thank you, Halal. Thank you. Cron job. Whenever I see the word cron job, I think of Conan. I think of Conan the Barbarian. It sounds like a Conan the Barbarian thing, right? Cron job. You know, by the power of Cron. Or something like that. Exactly. And you know what is, I have to be honest though, okay? I used to, I was head of business intelligence with the NHS. My family would tell people, yeah, Imran works with computers. People thought all I did was IT systems. There's nothing wrong with IT systems, but I was like head of a department, right? When I used to do creative writing books, going to events, publishing, people just said, oh yeah, it's a hobby. Even now with web design, a lot of people in my family think, by the power of grayscale, by grayscale, people think my web design, oh, it's just, yeah, it's just a fad. He'll grow out of it. Oh, it's just a bit of a thing. I'm like, no, this is my business. How many of you, when you say to your family and friends you're a web designer, they kind of go, oh, all right, yeah. Is it going okay? You're doing well? Built many websites? What's that? $50? Do people still use websites? Oh my God. The internet is still here. Oh wow, I remember the internet when I was about that high. Oh, I thought we moved on. I thought we were in cyberspace now. Oh, is that the internet as well? Shit, who knew? Who gets that? Because I do. That's why sometimes, right, it's better not to say, yeah, you're absolutely right, Brian, Crom is God. See, I know yeah, you're on my wavelength too. Crom. I just say digital problem solver or something like that. But yeah. But does anybody else get that when you get asked what you do and you say that, web designer, they think, oh, yeah, oh, you struggling? Oh, do you need money to pay for your food? Where are we going today, everyone? What's happening? What the hell's happening? Today is just all over the place, right? Don't forget to hit like if you have not hit like already. I don't know why you'd hit like. Why? Would you like anything that we have spoken about today? What are we doing? I think, yeah, I think the whole Elemental Cloud just needs a, I think Elemental Cloud just needs to be rethought out a little bit. Yeah, Michael, there you go. Brilliant. So you're not really working. You don't have a real job. No kidding, Brian. Did someone actually say that to you? Do you need to borrow money? Wow. Plurat. So I do use Elemental. I also use Bricks Builder. I am open to other suggestions, but my favorite is Elemental, and I also use Bricks Builder as well. And we worked on a client's website 2 weeks ago. They were using ACSS a lot, but I tell you what, I think they weren't thinking it through. And I said to them, just because you got ACSS and plaster and all of that does not mean you don't think about your layout. So what they were doing was they were using the pre-built templates you get in ACSS, and I said to them, you shouldn't do that because your website looks disjointed. You're just dropping in template, 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 template. You need to take a step back, look at what you want to do. What is your funnel? Where's your call to action buttons? How are you leading them in to make a decision? You need to think it through. What you don't do is just bombard them with, oh yeah, we'll go with this, we'll go with that, we'll go with this. Just because ACSS is built a certain way and we're told it's all amazing and all of that, and I'm not saying it's not, doesn't mean you just pop the templates in your page. Because that's not how it works. That's not how it works, right? Just because you're told, oh yeah, this template or theme is super fast, you still got to methodically think about what is the aim of the page. In fact, take another step back. What is the aim of the website? Forget what you want to do on the page. Why do you need a website? Why? Why is the client or customer going to go there? Why? What are they going to get out of it? More info, more detail, the tech, the specification. Think about that. Yeah, I love that comment there. I love that comment there by Pickstar. Fire your therapist and get a web designer. He'll listen to your problems for free. Yeah, that's what we do. Oh yeah, my business isn't doing well, and you sit there going, I don't really care. Just, do you want a website or not? I don't care how well your business is doing. Do you want a website? Wow, Raptor. Wow, a marketer said that. Oh my god. Has that marketer got a website? Has that marketer get a website? Oh, you must have lots of free time. Oh man. You know, we could dedicate a whole day into... Why don't we one day schedule a live chat, like after Christmas, after New Year, and we'll call it Share Your Shit. Do you think YouTube would take it down? I think they would. I think they'd ban me. I don't know, something like that. Where we just let it out. You let out all the horror stories. You let everything out. And we'll have a scheduled list of people that can join in. So everyone will get 5 minutes to come on camera and talk about something really bad that happened, but how did you get around it? So it can't just be all bad. It's got to be, what did you do to get around it? We could do that, couldn't we? That would be pretty good. You come on camera and you say, and it could be family, it could be friends. Someone has said something that really knocked you off about web design. You know. Oh really, you get asked for money? You get asked for money? What, they think you're rolling in it? Prime Click, working on a project. Does anyone know how to build an Elemental widget to fetch data from Shopify? You know there's a plugin for WordPress that can fetch from Shopify. You can get a plugin that will fetch the data from Shopify to feed into WordPress, into your WooCommerce, or where, I don't know, however you're doing it, because I've never fetched from Shopify. You just got to do a search in WordPress for Shopify. Just go to plugins, type in Shopify, and you'll see a load of plugins pop up that will fetch the data. Once you've put the API key in, you'll be okay. Yeah, oh man, Peter, I've heard that one as well. You can build it for free. Oh yeah, could you build it for free for me? Hey Matt, how are you? Not heard from you for a while. How are things going with you? I know, I think you were working with a business, weren't you? How's that going? Yeah, they do, don't they? They do, don't they? People assume that, yeah, oh yeah, can you look at my website? Oh yeah, look, the minute I say to some people, oh yeah, design websites and whatever, they go, I got a website built years ago. Can you look at it for me? I'm like, is it WordPress? Oh, I don't know. Okay, you don't know. Okay, is it, who's it hosted with? Oh, I can't remember. I just pay the invoice. Okay, so you pay, but you don't know who you're paying. Okay, great. Have you got a login for your website? No, no, no. The developer who has the login details doesn't talk to me anymore, but you know how to get in there. And at this point, I'm looking at them going, so you don't know if your website is WordPress, you don't know where it's hosted, but you pay the invoice, and you can't log in because you don't speak to the developer anymore. Can you at least log into your host provider? Oh, I don't know. So how do you pay? Oh, it's all done by debit. Yeah, but you could log in. You could reset your password. Oh no, I think my dev set it up with my account. And I'm like, shit. Is there any bit you do know? Yeah, well, I know what's not working. Can you do it for me? And you sit there thinking, how many times have you heard that? Right? They don't. The developer purchased whatever's. They pay for it, but it's in the developer's name. The domain, I mean, get this right. The domain is owned by the developer. All the client does is pay for it. And I said, what? If your website takes off, your developer could hold you to ransom. Oh man, I get really mad. I get really mad when I know the business does not own their domain or have some control over their hosting. I get really mad about that because I have heard of tales where people get taken for a ride. Oh man, I'm really letting off steam here, aren't I? Just reading the comments. Yeah, Matt, you're doing okay. Oh, sorry to hear that you're not doing well, mate. Hope you're feeling better. How did I feel about the other web designs? Yeah, I think, look, I think all of the designs were really good. However, the ones that won, I thought were really good. But would they work everyday websites? And my answer is no. Some of them are so funky that would it work in an everyday world? And my answer was no, because they're just too funky. If you look at a lot of websites that we build, a lot of websites we build are a little bit boring because that's all the client wants. Whoa, getting loads of messages in. I better just quickly rattle off through these, otherwise I'm going to lose track of what we're doing here. Bloody clients update their WooCommerce shop. Hey, Richard, no one. We're just talking about bad clients and bad situations and how web designers get taken for a ride. We're just having a laugh, Richard. Hey, Dave. Hey, Brian as well. Hey to anyone who I haven't said hey to. Ashies, what plugin platform do you recommend to build a fundraising website? Okay, well, when you say fundraising website, it depends. You just put a donate button, and there's loads of donate plugins out there, like GoFundMe and whatever. You just drop the HTML widget in. So WordPress is absolutely fine. WordPress is absolutely fine. Let me give you an example. How many of you remember the story of Charlie Gard, the baby who was taken off life support about, was it 3 or 4 years ago? It was in Newcastle. No, I think it was Middlesbrough or Newcastle, somewhere up north in UK. Charlie Gard, the baby, right? Their website is built on WordPress, and that's how they do all their donation fundraising. They have links in there for you to donate and all of that. So WordPress and all of that should be absolutely fine there. What am I drinking? This is... let me just try and hold it. Hold on. Let me get it right. There we go. This is sparkling spring water with... Hold on. I'll get it for you. Rahimi, okay, mate? With Pepsi Max Soda Stream. Look, this makes about 9 litres. This bottle here. So, about... It doesn't really make 9 litres, but I can get about 16 bottles of this out of that. So, sparkling water. You drop in about that much into here. And I have my Pepsi Max. And this is £4.50. £4.50, right? This bottle is, well, 6 of them are £1. So you could argue and say £3 to get all of the bottles, and then £4.50. So that's what? £3, £7.50. For £7.50, I get 16 bottles of Pepsi Max. 500ml. Right? Economically, it works out, right? £7.50, right? Remember that, £7.50 for 16 bottles of Pepsi Max. It's economically, financially stable. Hey, I should be the Chancellor, right? Hey, how are we going to pay for everything? Well, what can we put in the bottle that stretches further? Soda Stream, Pepsi Max. There's the answer to everything. Prime Click says there, ooh, that sounds a bit complicated. What's going on here? You know what makes me feel not so bad about drinking this? What makes me feel not so bad is, yes, this Soda Stream has got stuff in it, right, but it's about that much. What I like, though, is that this is spring water. I do like that, and for some reason, I feel healthier drinking this than a normal Pepsi Max bottle. Right? Yeah, well, the thing is, Chillister, I don't need any of those COT devices. I don't need a Soda Stream machine, right? You don't need none of that. All you do, right? Look, all you do is open the bottle. This is sparkling water. You buy this from a shop. It comes. This is already sparkling. You take the lid off. You pour a bit in. You pour it in. I don't need any fancy machine. I don't need any special canisters. I don't need any injections or whatever. It does its job. Yes, Brian, happy Hanukkah to you too, and a Merry Christmas. And I really hope you have a great day. I hope you get to just relax. Put your feet up. I want to say put your laptop away, but I can't talk. I'll be on my laptop still. And I just hope you have a great day and a great meal. But yeah, I mean, Amazon. You can go onto Amazon and order these, right? Right now, I've got about... Wait. I'll tell you how many I got. 6, 12, 18. I've got 20 of these. You know. And each one of them will last about 4 days. With the amount of bottles I can get out of it, right? It's about 4 days worth, okay? But yeah, I'm just drinking water. With a bit of Soda Stream sauce and whatever. Yeah, so please don't forget to hit like. Look, 2022 has been it's been a great year. I was always a little bit unsure about doing the live chats. About would people come, or am I just going to be sat there talking to the screen, which I do anyway, even when you guys aren't here. I talk to the screen a lot. I bet some of you talk to your live chats a lot as well, depending on what kind of live chats you're on. But I wasn't sure how it would take off. Also, how could I factor it in with the work I have as well? Because a lot of you might be working in the background while I'm rabbiting on in the background, but some of you might stop what you're doing and watch. And there's that commitment from some of you that keep coming back, which I absolutely adore and love. And then there's the commitment from me as well for basically to keep doing the live chats as well. But I love doing them. It's a bit addictive. I love engaging. I love learning about people. New people come all the time. Prime click, first time you're here. And I really hope you keep coming back. And I hope you hit like as well. Do you mean this one, Pickstar? Do you mean this one? But yes, so I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been supporting. For those that watch the videos, for those that comment, those that share. I want to say really big thank you. Hey, Michael, how are you? Hey, ask your question, Michael. We're talking about anything, and you should know by now, we don't just cover, we don't just talk. We make it up as we go along, don't we? Ah, Raptor, what kind of sumo deals? Which ones have caught your eye? Which ones have caught your eye? Which ones have caught your eye? I'm just gonna swap the music out for a moment. There you go. Just swap the music out a bit there. So yeah, I want to say, you know, I hope that things get better in 2023. I want to try and I want to be presenting at more of these virtual WordPress events. I just find that a lot of these events have the same people on and they say the same stuff. And I want to try and get in on there. There was an event coming up that I wanted to be part of. After 2 months, they then said, yeah, I could be part of it. But then they said I couldn't talk about what I want to talk about because now they've got someone else doing it. And I was a bit like, I have to say, I just said, all right, I just basically said F off. Which wasn't very good for me, but I literally said F off, I don't care. You know, you made me wait 2 months and then you just gave that particular gig, talk about a particular subject to someone else who I know has only just got into that subject. I know they've only just got into it because I know who they are. And I was like, you've obviously gone for someone who's more well known, and I thought, forget it. But I do want to get onto more like talking. Just because I like talking, and it can build up your profiles as well. Don't say that, Richard. His live chats are super. He hasn't done one for a while, though. I have noticed he hasn't done one for a while, and I can only assume that as his son gets older, like I'm at the stage now where my son, like right now, he's over in the room on his iPad or whatever, and he's happy as Larry. He's happy. But you know when your kid's like 1 or 2 or 3, it's a bit more commitment required, isn't it? You can't just leave them in a room. Well, you shouldn't leave them in a room. So Michael, my client wants tiered pricing on the Whoop. Okay. Right. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now, I would have to have a double check because there is a plugin you can use for the quote bit, but the tiered pricing, your tiered pricing will obviously be attributes and variations on the product. That's why you'll have the tiered pricing. The quote bit is there are plugins for that. I can't remember, but there is like a plugin. There's plugins for that where rather than picking a price, they can actually say inquiry or leave a quote or something like that. So you can add that in as well to your single product page. What would I say about a pro Elementor designer charge per hour? UK, okay, I charge £120 per consultation hour. That's my price. Some have said to me that's too low. Some have said that's too high. I've had people say that's too low. I've had some say that's way too much. They would only charge 30 or 60. But I think a lot of that depends on where are you in your career and your reputation as well. So I think yeah, I think it depends. Matthew, what's the best scheduling software for paid appointments? Amelia, well, appointment hour booking system is good. Booknetic is good. Amelia is good as well. And I would say the best thing you can do, Matthew, is go to Google, type in WordPress appointment plugin, right? WordPress appointment plugin. Then change your Google filter to only show you the last month, and you will find posts where they're looking at the top 10 the pros, the cons, and what you can get out of it, okay? And what you can do with it. By the way, hey George, I just saw your name pop up. How you doing? The PS5 is gone, Eddie. He's now got an Xbox Series X, which he's quite happy with. Keyframe audio, okay. Film strobe, but this product has sound effects. Looks good. Keyframe audio, okay. Not heard of that one. Yeah. Cheers, Michael, for looking at the video as well. Yeah, they want both. Okay, fine. Then what you need to do, Michael, is you go for attribute and variation, which you can do within the WooCommerce product, and then just go to WordPress, go to plugins, type in WooCommerce, not WooCommerce, product inquiry. And there you'll get, there's quite a few plugins you can add into there that will do it. Hey, don't worry, George, you're not late. We actually started quite early, so you're not late at all, my friend. You're not late at all. Hey, Jake, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm pretty sure, knowing where you live, you're probably caught in the rain. Well, not caught in the rain, you know. Yeah, Amelia is a good one, but there are others as well. And if you're a bit unsure about which appointment booking system to use, then just do a Google search, WordPress appointment plugin, filter to be the latest month, and you will see blog posts popping up where people have looked at the top 10 or the best paid and free plugins, the pros and cons, what you can, what you can't do with them, which I always think is good for research, rather than you downloading 10, 20 plugins and trying to find the best one, you know. And it helps you to just make a decision on that. But yeah, that should help you out, my friend. Yeah, so getting loads of emails come through. Getting loads of emails. You know what I love is when you get an email from someone who goes, hey, we want to work with you and do XYZ, right? Get in touch. And I don't reply. Then what happens is you get another email from them 2 days later. Sorry, did you not see our email? Please let us know. I don't reply. Then you get another email going, we have not heard from you. Please get back to us. What makes them think I'm going to reply? I'm not even going to use the words F off or get lost. I can't be bothered. I'm not going to engage. But I get that a lot. Hey, Uranus will be here for 20. Do you know what? I have this idea. I'm not sure how I would do it. I want to try and do some animation, but I'm not sure how to do it yet. I'm struggling with this. I want to make a movie about, like an animated movie, which is about an hour and a half long. It's not just a short movie. And it's going to be all about, like, a space station orbiting the planet Uranus. And there's a web designer on the space station trying to create a website telling people why visiting Uranus is a good idea. But I don't know what to do. No, it's got to be a damn good animation. I can't just use doodle animation. That's going to be rubbish, Pixar. But I have this idea. I've even started thinking about the conflict, the protagonist, the antagonist, and loads of stuff. But yeah. Can you imagine it? And we'll call the movie, I don't know, what would we call the movie? I haven't got a name for it yet, but it would have the word Uranus in it. You know, it'd be like Uranus. Oh dear, you know, it would be Uranus Builder. Building in Uranus. Building in Uranus, right? But I'm just not sure yet. Hey, Late Films, what would you recommend for an event calendar? There's loads. The event calendar. There's Modern Events by Webnus. That's a good one. Modern Events by Webnus is pretty damn slick. Especially with all of the ways you can present it in the calendar. and the payment options and all of that. Again, though, late films, this is what you need to do. You need to go to Google and type WordPress events calendar or events plugin, right? WordPress events plugin. Look at the latest month. You'll get the top 10, top 20, paid and free, pros and cons. What do they do? You know, is there a license cost? Are there add-ons? Things you got to think about. That's what you need to do. Colonizing Uranus in 2023. Hey, hard times Uranus. That's a good question, Greg. I think events calendar is still available, isn't it? Isn't it? But I need to have a the trouble with any form of animation, if you're trying to create a movie, it takes a lot of time and commitment, and you can either do it and make it look really, really shit, or you can do it and make it really, really good. And if I was going to do it, I would want to make it look really good, and I would release the whole movie on YouTube. You know, there'd be like a behind the scenes, so you get to see how it was created. You could do stop animation, which would take 5 years for me to do, because I just wouldn't have the time. And it would look so disjointed. It'd be like this. It looks so wrong. Yeah, Brian. But can you imagine how the movie would end? Can you imagine how the movie would end? The space station, right, like loses its pull or whatever, the orbital pull, and it starts to sink. And it's going to end, right, with like an announcement over the space station saying, "We are now entering Uranus." Alert, alert. We are now entering Uranus. And then the screen goes black. Boom. Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine that? I'm telling you, I've even worked out the systems on the space station. How they eat, what they eat, all of it. I've got it all worked out. You know, I've got it all worked out. Just need to flipping work out how I do the animation. And I don't want to pay loads of money for it either. Deep. Well, no, what happens is, every so often, right, the web designer has to go and help someone send probes into Uranus. They have to send probes into Uranus, and none of them survive. Every probe that goes into Uranus gets lost, okay? And the amount of innuendo you could have with this would be off the scale, right? It would be off the scale, right? And you're not saying anything explicit, right? Is it my fault that you've turned it into a dirty joke? Is it my fault? No, I just used the words Uranus or Uranus. We're not going to call it the Uranus Squadron because we'll have. Yeah, we're not doing that, Jake. We're not doing that. Okay, screen should go black. My God, play. You know. Eddie, I am back on Monday. No live chat tomorrow. No live chat on Sunday. I might do an impromptu one tomorrow. I'll see how I'm feeling. But definitely back on Monday. Same time Monday, I will be back. Just to basically see how you're all doing and how fat everyone has got, you know. Oh, Brian. Twinkies and crisps flying off the canopy. And sweet corn. That's what would happen. They'd be like, the probe has returned with images of sweet corn in Uranus. You know, the drill squad. Oh, man. My alert has just got a co-worker pop up from around the office door. Oh, dear. Have you got me on speaker or something? You're going to have to explain now, Michael, what we're talking about here. I have not purchased Affinity yet. I've heard it's really good. I know Paul, WP Tuts, he did something about it and said it was really good. And a few other people on YouTube have really liked it. I've never really used Affinity Suite, if I'm honest. So, not rushing out. Maybe, Gary, maybe. I mean, maybe. I'll see. Christmas Eve tomorrow. Another, hey, take care, Charlie, by the way. Merry Christmas to you and your kids. Hope you have an amazing time wherever you are right now. But have a great, great time, my friend, okay? Um, yes, thank you, Eddie. Yeah, we breached the 14,000 mark yesterday. Well, what was funny was we hit 14,000 and then it went down to 13,999. Then it went up again and then it went down to 13,999. And then this morning we breached it because when it was like that, I thought, oh God, have we done it? No, we haven't. Yes, we've done it. No, we haven't. So yeah, it is. I never thought that we would now be entering the point when we get heading towards the 15k mark, but it's quite exciting. I would love to hit it by the end of December, but that ain't happening. It'll probably be middle of January, but it's an exciting time. Really exciting time, really. Pixar, how do you explain to others that we all live in the endo zone, poor web design as well? You know what? I can tell you now, if I made this movie, right, and we have other characters, I would, with your permission, name some of them after some of you guys, right? We'd have Captain Hope, right? We would call the mini probes. The mini probes that go into Uranus would be called a Raptor X. The Raptor X probes, right? We'd have someone called Brian who works in the kitchen, right? Helps dish out the food. We'd have Eddie, who kind of we'll have Eddie who kind of double checks all the vending machines and equipment as well. He's got his little, even though everything is digital, he still carries around a notebook and double checks that things are working. We'd have all of that. We'd have Pixar. We'd have George. We'd have Jimmy. Jimmy is on the space station, who runs around the space station. Whenever you see him, he's always running because he wants everyone to stay fit. He's the exercise guru on the space station, right? We'd have Jimmy, the exercise guru guy, okay? And of course, Richard, I was about to get onto you. We'd have Richard sat there in grubby. Richard would be the pilot. Even though the space station is not going anywhere, right? It just orbits Uranus. It doesn't fly anywhere. Somehow he is the pilot who sits there with with his pizzas, boxes of pizza, right? That have been made by the replicator machine or whatever. He's got his ship-made, not homemade, ship-made pizza, and he's the pilot. But there's nothing to pilot. In fact, they never had to pilot because everything was transported by autopilot. He's just there to make sure the ship stays in orbit. And of course, what will happen when we get to the end scene? He drops his pizza, right? And as he goes down to pick it up, right? That's the point when it goes, alert, the ship is now entering Uranus. Boom. Boom. Right? Black screen. Michael, it depends on who. Oh dear, Michael's on top of... Shit, Michael's on top of Brian. Do you see what I mean? I could really take this idea places, right? I even have a book in my garage, right, about the space station in orbiting Earth. All of the details about it. Because I was studying it for a book that I started writing in 2014 that I need to revisit if I ever get the chance. And the book was about a space station that's heading to Pluto, but it doesn't go to plan. It's a ship full of families that have all been put into stasis, but it doesn't go to plan. It's heading to Pluto. Hey Kumu, how are you? How are you? Kumu, I'm not sure what you've heard since you entered, but we're just talking about I don't know. So if anyone's got any ideas for how I need to do the animation bit, because it's got to be very cost effective. I don't want to spend loads of money on it, but I've got to think of a way. How could I do this? Right? How could we do this? And you know what would be really cool? So you got Richard right now, yeah? I could say to Richard, can you just record like a few lines? You know, just record a few lines, and then we dubbed them into the movie. You know, Bob Hope. Oh, Jake. No, dear. Were you okay with that, though? Were you okay, though, with being called Bob Hope? Bob Hope was a great comedian. I respected Bob Hope. He was a great comedian. I'm sure you're going to tell me something bad about him now. Yeah. Greg, we've been going south since the very first live chat. The very first live chat, I think I was very formal. And then slowly, after I started to get to know loads of you, I started to become less formal. And the real Imran came out. What you see now and the stuff I'm coming out with is the real Imran. And I'll tell you what, when I used to work in the NHS, in the office, there were a lot of people that did not like my sense of humour. Hey, love your life, how are you? A lot of people did not like my sense of humour because they found it a bit controversial, too extravagant, too innuendo. In fact, do you know what people used to call me at work? What do you think people used to call me? I've just given you a call with the word innuendo, but what do you think they called me? And I'm going to type it here for you. So what do you think people used to call me? My nickname. What do you think they used to call me? I'm going to wait for you guys to put your comments in, and I'll tell you what they used to call me. Moonfall, the lead character is called Brian Harper. Is Moonfall the one with... Hold on. Is Moonfall the one with... No, yeah, is that the new one? Is that the one that came out last year? I heard, if it's that one, I heard it was a really bad movie. Like, it started off good and then it went off into like weird stuff and all of that. It became very weird. Like, the conclusion was like, people were like, oh, it went off the, you know, it went off the radar. So here was my nickname. That was my nickname. And you can see why I was called that. No, that was my nickname. Imranuendo. Imranuendo. Because I, you know, and I, often it was by observation. Someone says something or someone does something and you can put a spin on it. Literally put a spin on it. And I couldn't help it. Because, you know what? In our room, there were 20 people. And of the 20 people, 5 of them hated my guts. They didn't like me. They didn't like my humour. They were always too serious. They just did not like ever having a laugh. Ever. They never smiled, ever. But the other 15 in that room... that I used to manage, because I was head of the team there, they always used to say that they love knowing that I was their line manager or head of department because they felt that they could talk to me and they felt that they could have a laugh with me and they felt that I was there for them and I wasn't always just like, oh, just get on with that, look, that needs doing, and you know, why is this late and why have you done it like this? And the amount of fun we could have in that office, you know, the amount of fun we could have in there. And that's the kind of office I love. That's the kind of office I love, where you do your work, you got to work, you got to do your work, but you can also have a laugh as well. John Cook, right, you say you got a community-based news website that needs a refresh. Okay, John, go to Google, type community news website and just see what's out there. Or look at other designs. It doesn't have to be community news. Just look at other websites. What do you like? What don't you like? More images, less images, more text, less text, cramped up, spaced out, bright colours, dull, grayscale colours. Look at other websites, and that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Yeah, please don't forget to hit like. Oh no, John, yeah, they did. They did. Some of them were very open about it. Let me tell you, John, how I know this, right? 2 of the people out of the 5, when I first joined the NHS when I first joined that department for analytics in 2002, they were the heads of departments. They were the heads of their areas. Over time, working, I became the head of the overall department. So we went from them managing me to me managing them. And even when they were managing me, they were quite vocal about, Imran, stop that. Imran, we don't like that. And it was like, that's your problem, right? Because I'm not saying or doing anything wrong here. Anyway. And two of them actually were quite instrumental in making my life a little bit difficult as to why I left the NHS or that department in 2015. What they started to do was say that I was bullying them. And I wasn't. And I was backed up by loads of staff as well. But they were trying to twist things out. But they were nasty people. What was really funny, though, is that after I left that department and went elsewhere, this is when I moved from Leicestershire to Lincolnshire to go and sort their team out. The two people that kept accusing me of bullying them, right? 3 months after I left, they were performance managed out. Because all of a sudden, people started realising that they are shit at their jobs. They're absolutely shit. And they were performance managed out. Nothing to do with me. It was nothing to do with me, but it was their own doing. It's what I call karma. Not sutra, but I call it karma. John, yeah, do have a look. You know, what I would say, John, right, okay, if you are still here, John, right, can you see my email address over here? If you are willing, you don't have to do this, you could email me a link to your website. Email me a link to your website. And if you want, we'll put it on screen and we'll have a quick look now. We'll put it on screen and we will have a quick look at it now. And just comment and say, is it kind of, you know, is it good? Is it bad? Does it need improvement? How would I approach it? If I looked at your content, I'll go, yeah, okay, think about this, think about that. If you were willing to do that. So if you email it over now, we'll do it right now, live, right now, okay? But it's entirely up to you. info@websquadron, and look at the domain bit, it's .cook, okay? .co.uk, pronounced .cook, okay? Yeah, do it, go for it, John, go for it. And if you stay here when you've done it, let me know when you're ready. Once you've got it, let me know when you're ready and we'll do it, okay? Don't keep me waiting too long, though. I'd like to think that, you know what, today's live chat has been so fun for me. I definitely think it's been really good fun today. That it kind of gets you all geared up for the next few days. Christmas Eve tomorrow, you know, last minute shopping, preparations and all of that. And I hope you have a really, really good Christmas day. And if just, I'll say it now before, great, I'll just double check my email, John, please do make sure you have an amazing, amazing day, okay? An amazing, amazing day. All right, the email's not come through. Ah, here you go. Aha, we've got it, John. So, John, tell me when you're ready. Hey, say Uranus, Jake. Say Uranus. That's there's no point being fancy with ours. Just say it. Right. Okay. So, John, I'm not going to start until you say the words ready. I need you to put the word ready, and then we go on it. Ah, Jake, just go for it. Just say Uranus, all right? Just say it. We're practically sorting out the storyboard. I'm waiting for Spielberg and George Lucas to get in touch. Come on, George Lucas. James Cameron. Come on, people. Get in touch. Right, John is ready. Cool. Right, let us now. I'm going to take that off and kaboom. Right, here we go. We're now in to your website. The first thing I'm going to do is refresh it. Okay. Just so we get a flavor. Right. So the first things I want to say, though, is the color scheme, right? I can see there's bits of green. That green is really bright. I have to say that is very, very, very bright. What I'm going to say here is you've got an advert. The trouble with this advert is, you know, when I come to your page, I am seeing this, before I really look at anything else. This is grabbing my attention, which is great for the estate agent, but is that the intention of what you want? You're probably going to be making money off this. I'm sure you are. But as a hero banner, this is taking away all of my attention before anything else. And I'm just going to shrink your screen down. So imagine on a mobile, I've got your, straight away I'm hitting this. And what if someone now clicks here and they've left your website? Straight away they've clicked that and they've gone. They're no longer on your website. Look, they've clicked it and they've gone over here now. Here we are, we're now over here. This looks quite fancy. This actually does look quite nice, that hero banner, but we've gone there now, right? I would not have this here. I would actually have this like down here maybe down here, somewhere down here, right? So I would not have that. Number 2, you've got this over here. I would lose this bit as well. I would lose that. I would have it as a scrolling mark. If it's... We've done a video on a testimonial. Right? A carousel, which is auto-scrolling. Hey, SI, think about doing that. A little bit of stone. Sounds like a kidney stone, but a little bit of stone, right? You almost want to make that image. Can I just open the image? Open the image in a new tab. Right, so you see that. That maybe needs to stretch out full width. Don't have it just over here. Have it full width if you're going to do it. Have it full width, right? What's this over here? Okay, that just takes the link. Yeah, okay, this is fancy. This is it's really busy. There is a point of where you're trying to focus, right? So lose that or shove it down, like quite a bit down, middle of the page. Same here again. Look, we've got another advert. Advert. Push them down, right? Push them down. What's on guides? I mean, this green, I would dull it down. Is this a theme? That's a good question, actually. Let's go to scanwp.net. Let me just double check what you're using here. The text, right? So let's just let that go away. Look, this can work, right? This can work, and I can see what you're doing here. But there's a lot of adverts you got here, and I just feel like important stuff is getting pushed down, like the subscribe, right? You could almost lose that because you've got too much going on here. Want to support us? Look, that's completely down. You want to have this up here. Want to support us needs to be here. Then you have your subscribe because you want them to pay for you. You want them to buy into this. Let me just check what theme you're using. So you're using the Jana theme, right? So what's this Jana theme? Jana. There you go, right. So you're using this theme, right? And I mean, look, if you look at this example they've got here, right? I don't like the way they've got the adverts. I mean, this actually does look better. If I'm honest, this does look... Is it not elemental then? It's not elemental. Well, we'll know in a moment. Let's just check. What are you building with? Right, so it's not even an elemental website. Okay, so we can scratch that off then. But can you see this layout here? This is much more inviting. I don't like the advert. Seriously, kill off the advert, right? And can I also say, do you see this, Jana News, right? Having a statement that just says a bit of stone will actually work better. This image over here, you could use as a hero banner, not a banner, maybe somewhere down here, maybe. You might have something at the top which looks like that, right? You got all this stuff going on, whatever. Then you have that image and then you have other stuff. But I would definitely move your adverts further down. Further down. only because my attention has now completely gone to this over here, Austin Row, and this one over here. Yeah? And it's, you know, which one do I click? That one, which one do I go for? Is this even a WordPress theme? I'm being really stupid here now. I mean, this is Jana, but is this even WordPress? Is this even WordPress? Is it WordPress? Yeah, okay. I think, you know, like, that layout they had with the Jana, with the things like that, you know, laid out offsetting of posts, did look much more attractive. Oh, hold on, there's a door. Hold on. Oh, there's a doorbell. Wait, can I be back in a moment? I'll be back. Right, my doorbell's just gone. I'll be back. Hey, sorry about that. Someone was delivering Christmas cards, so I just had to have a quick chat with them. Neighbours, hey, neighbours. Right. Take care, Richard, by the way. Yes, so I'm just checking some of the comments coming in, right? And I'm just going to go back onto full screen because we've kind of spoken about that quite a bit. And John, a few bits. People don't like land. Most are coming directly from social media. So what I really feel, right, is... So, John, a couple of questions, okay, that I hope you can help me out with, yeah, but is this a WordPress website? It is, isn't it? Jana is a WordPress, yeah, it's a BuddyPress system. Okay. If I was you, no worries, John, Ferris, if I was you, I wouldn't use the theme. Because right now, I think you're restricted a bit by what the Jana theme allows you to do. If I was you, either build it yourself or employ someone or get in touch, whatever, work with someone. And if I was you, I would consider just building this out in a different way. And maybe you could use the Jana theme. No, I don't know. Maybe not. But I think you're going to find there's loads of other templates and ways to build this that's going to look a whole lot more slicker than... Because at the moment, you do get lost. There's too much going on. And the adverts, you've got to push the adverts down. And I would also say that I know this logo here. I bet right now everyone in your team loves this logo. Even whoever created this loves it. My only problem with this logo a little bit is some people, if you think about accessibility in terms of contrast and reading and clear wording, are going to struggle with that. So I'm coming at it from an accessibility point of view. So I would Yeah, so I would just consider maybe having a bit of a deep think about what you want to do. What I am going to say though, John, Bricks, okay, is really, really good. However, Bricks for me is still in its infancy and getting better and better and better. I would say that you're better off going with Elementor. And some people are going to agree or disagree with me on it. I just think right now, because you have because you have an audience, and if you are serious about SEO and rank math and all of that, I would say use Elementor. And I'm sure people on here are going to disagree with me, but I would not go with Bricks, because I feel like Bricks is really, really good, but you know, it's still in its infancy. There's still changes happening. There's still updates going on, and they might do an overhaul of something or the other, and then you might have to redo bits of your websites. That's just my advice. What I would also say though is that sometimes forget and ignore what everyone else out there says they like. And let me give you an analogy. When you write a book, your friends and family love it, but the publisher ain't going to touch it. When you paint a picture, your friends and family love it, but critics will be like, "Whoa, what's that?" And everything is very, very subjective. And I would say that if you're trying to attract a bigger audience, I would think very carefully about what is the layout you're trying to go for. And the Jana theme did have some nice layouts, but the trouble with all of these themes is you get locked in. And unless you go for a child theme, and then you enter a bit of a world of pain if there's ever an update and whatever, okay? That's why I don't like doing child themes. That's just me. And nothing wrong with it, but I don't like doing it. You're locked in, right? This is what you get. Boom. And if you ever want to refine it, you've got to pay someone money to do it. And I would say that if you rebuilt with Elementor, thought about some different solutions. Also, don't look at it and go, well, I want exactly the same as what we got here. You've got to compromise a little bit. You have to compromise a bit. But if you think carefully, I mean, what's this? Is this part of it? Inspect. What's that? What's that stone? Oh, that's the area. Sorry, yeah, that's the area. So, they're probably going to be pulling through some details from. There's probably a plugin you could use to stick that in there, or a widget or something. I don't know. But if you have a think about what are you trying to achieve? So is it that you're trying to achieve more adverts, more readers, or share more useful information? You have got quite a lot on here though. Like you have got. Oh, are some of these not working? Oh, you have got jobs. There you go. So you have got some stuff going through. So that's obviously with Wordpress. Is that Wordpress? And then you got a directory as well, right? So you have got some good stuff on there, but it's almost like thinking about the overall aim. I'm just gonna go back onto full screen there. Let's go to full screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing as well, with the mobile first approach. Yeah, and like what Michael says, use a more accessible logo and use that artwork somewhere else, further down the page, wherever, as a middle banner. Yeah, Fat J, I have to get the links. And what I'll do is I'll put the links in the Web Squadron Facebook group, okay? I haven't got around to doing it. I need to get the links and send them over to you. Yeah, absolutely what everyone is saying. It's not really a logo. It's more of an image. It's more of an image. And from an accessibility point of view, it's the thing we always warn people about. Okay, look, I've been live for 1 hour, 24 minutes. We're now hitting the 2-minute warning, okay? Because I do have to go away and stretch my legs. And also I want to say, have a big Merry Christmas all of you, okay? Make sure you look after yourselves. Have a lot of fun today, tomorrow. Wind down, okay? Wind down. It's okay to wind down. Close off a lot of the stuff that you've got doing. Jobs, clients. Yes, I did have a video. Right, let me share that video with you now, love life. Love your life. I don't love my life. I just deal with it and go with it. Let me get it for you. Okay, just bear with me. Come on, YouTube's a bit slow today. It's not my connection, because my connection is at the moment just over 900 megabytes per second. It's not my connection, but it is a little bit slow. Right, okay, let me give you the setup then. There's two videos though, okay? There's two videos for the studio. There's the new one and there's the current one. So let me give you the just wait a minute. I've got to get it for you. Right, so here's my studio equipment. Okay, I'm going to post that in here. So studio layout and tools. Right, there's that video there. And then I did an updated one. Where's that one gone? Where's that video? Where's that video gone? I did another one, didn't I, about it's not a long one, it's a pretty short one actually, but I did one about 3 weeks ago when I changed my room again. Changed my room again. How many times am I going to change my room? Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So here's my big room. Big room makeover. So that's the latest one over there that you can go and have a watch. Hey Mel, you've just said good morning as I'm about to go. Great to have you here, Mel. Don't forget to hit like. But we're about to go. Have a Merry Christmas, Pigstar. I'm sure I'll chat to you as well, right? I'm still going to be chatting to you. All that. I'm sure I'll still be chatting to you in the cave. Okay, everyone, look, I'm going to drop off now just because I need to go check on my son and basically just, I don't know, chill out a bit as well. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Look after yourselves, all right? Have a great time with your friends and family. Don't do anything silly. Stay safe. See you all on Monday. I'll be back on Monday, Boxing Day, all right? Hey, Chima. Hey, Romania Live. I am about to jump off now. I'm about to jump off. Make sure you always keep an eye out on the schedule list, okay? Keep an eye out. Take care, everyone. Bye.